Have you ever wondered which anabolic steroids are considered the safest for someone thinking about starting their first cycle? That's exactly what this video was made for, to be an informative and realistic guide for anyone who wants to understand the subject responsibly. Before anything else, let's make one thing clear. This isn't about encouraging use, it's about providing quality information. Because when it comes to health and hormones, ignorance can come at a very high price. The goal here is to present the 5 most commonly recommended compounds for a first cycle, the ones that balance good results with the lowest possible risk. After all, every beginner needs to start with their feet on the ground, understanding that bodybuilding is about much more than looks. It's a mix of science, discipline, and above all, respect for your own body. Right from the start, I want to remind you of a truth many people forget. In pharmacology, there's no such thing as a free lunch. That means every benefit comes with a cost. If a compound offers major muscle gains, it also comes with potential side effects. The key is knowing where to draw the line, and that's exactly the balance we're going to explore together in this video. It's essential to understand that anabolic steroids aren't magic shortcuts, they're tools. And like any powerful tool, they require knowledge to be used safely. Irresponsible use can have serious consequences, and our goal here is the opposite: to give you a solid foundation so you can avoid common mistakes and protect your health. Another crucial point: make sure you're guided by someone who truly knows what they're doing. And just to be clear, qualified doesn't only mean someone with a diploma hanging on the wall. It means a person with real experience, study, and ethical responsibility to guide you through every step. Choosing the right professional can be the difference between a positive experience and a lifelong regret. So, if your goal is to evolve smartly, understand the science behind pharmacology, and figure out the best paths for your first cycle, stay until the end. The knowledge you'll get here can not only transform your results, but also protect your health and longevity in the sport. Before taking any step, there's something you need to understand. Steroids are not toys. Even the so-called safe ones carry real risks and can affect your body in unpredictable ways. So, here's the first and most direct warning. There's no such thing as a cycle without consequences. If you've decided to learn about this topic, treat it with the same seriousness you give to your training. The pursuit of performance must always go hand in hand with taking care of your health. Every body is its own universe. What works perfectly for one person can be a disaster for another. Some people respond well to certain compounds, while others experience strong side effects from the same doses. That's why copying someone else's cycle or following random online protocols is one of the most dangerous things you can do. Biological individuality defines everything, from your results to your recovery. Another key factor is consistent supervision. Watching videos or reading articles isn't enough. You need ongoing professional guidance, with lab tests, dose adjustments, and medical monitoring. Running a cycle without supervision is like driving a race car with no brakes. It might feel exciting at first, but the chances of crashing are sky high. A qualified professional isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Now, let's talk about something many beginners overlook: PCT, or post-cycle therapy. When you use anabolic steroids, your body senses the excess hormones and shuts down natural production. When the cycle ends, that production doesn't just bounce back overnight. PCT exists to reactivate your hormonal axis, rebalance testosterone levels, and prevent symptoms like fatigue, low libido, and poor performance. And here's the most important message of all: your health always comes first. The physique can come and go, but your body is your lifelong instrument. It's what carries you through wins and losses, both inside and outside the gym. Taking care of it is the true mark of a conscious athlete. If you understand that from day one, you're already ahead of most people. All right, enough talk about precautions. Let's get into it. When people think about their first cycle, most immediately jump to testosterone. But the truth is, there's a much safer alternative for beginners: SARMs, selective androgen receptor modulators. These are considered one of the most advanced and intelligent options in modern sports pharmacology. They work in a more targeted and controlled way, acting directly on muscle tissue and avoiding many of the side effects typical of traditional steroids. SARMs work selectively. Instead of binding to every androgen receptor in your body, like regular steroids do, they focus specifically on muscle cells, stimulating growth and strength without significantly affecting other sensitive areas like your scalp or skin. That means less hair loss, fewer acne issues, and lower stress on organs like the liver. It's a technology designed to maximize results while minimizing damage. The most talked about and effective beginner protocol is the combo of RAD 140, also known as Testosterone, and negative 2,866 Malawian kwaches, better known as Ostarine. RAD 140 works a lot like testosterone, boosting strength and muscle density in a noticeable way, while Ostarine is milder, helping to balance things out and keep the cycle safer. Together, they create a solid synergy, real gains, low risk, and smooth hormonal recovery. Of course, nothing's perfect. SARMs tend to be pricier, and they don't deliver those explosive results you'd see with traditional anabolic steroids. Progress is slower and more gradual, but that's actually a good thing. Less impact means fewer side effects and more stability over time. It's the ideal option for anyone who wants to improve their physique responsibly, without gambling with their health right out of the gate. For beginners, this kind of protocol is a great introduction to the world of hormonal modulation. It's like a taste test of anabolic effects, visible but moderate results, without diving headfirst into the more dangerous territory. It's a smart way to understand how your body reacts, notice early signs, learn from your own physiology, and make safer, better informed decisions down the road. Another big plus with SARMs is the easier recovery. Because they have a lighter impact on your hormonal axis, PCT, post-cycle therapy, doesn't need to be as heavy. Your body can bounce back to its natural balance faster, which reduces the post-cycle crash and helps keep a good chunk of the gains you made during the run. But here's the thing, SARMs aren't magic. They're simply a safer option, not a risk-free one. So the same golden rule applies: professional supervision, regular blood work, and a responsible mindset. When used wisely, they can be a solid first step toward a consistent and healthy bodybuilding journey. Now that we've covered SARMs, it's time to move up a level and look at other compounds that can also play an important role in this process. When it comes to a first cycle, it's almost impossible not to hear the name Oxandrolone. Popular, affordable, and often considered one of the safest anabolic steroids out there, it's become the go-to choice for those who want to start cautiously. One of its biggest perks is that it's taken orally, which means no injections, making the whole process a lot simpler for beginners just getting started. Oxandrolone also stands out for its relatively low cost compared to other substances, and it's fairly easy to find. That's why it's so common among both men and women, especially those looking to enhance their physique without drastic transformations or unwanted side effects. It delivers controlled, predictable gains, and when used properly, there are no major surprises. In the body, Oxandrolone promotes moderate, aesthetic muscle gains, more strength and better definition, without causing much water retention. This means the look you get tends to be cleaner, tighter, and more defined. Exactly what people want when trying to highlight muscle shape without looking bloated or pumped full. That's why so many bodybuilders see it as the perfect starting point. Another plus is that Oxandrolone only partially suppresses your natural testosterone production, so post-cycle recovery is simpler. You'll still need a PCT to restore hormonal balance, but it's usually lighter and faster compared to harsher steroids. In other words, you can make solid progress without paying too high a price in side effects. When side effects do show up, they're generally mild and predictable: small mood changes, a slight dip in libido, or minor skin issues. Nothing that can't be managed with proper medical guidance and regular checkups. The key here is common sense. Even though Oxandrolone is considered mild, it's still a hormonal compound, and it deserves to be treated with respect. Many beginners report solid strength gains and a more defined look within the first few weeks, especially when they combine it with intense training and a well-structured diet. And that's where the real secret lies. Oxandrolone doesn't perform miracles on its own. It amplifies the effort you already put into your training and nutrition. Anyone expecting a total transformation just from the compound, without dedication, ends up disappointed. And here's the most important reminder. Even though Oxandrolone is considered safe, it's not risk-free. Having a qualified professional guiding you is still absolutely essential. When used responsibly and as part of a well-planned protocol, it can deliver great, long-lasting results. a perfect starting point for those who want to understand how their body reacts to anabolic stimulation without compromising their health. Now, let's move on to another favorite. Masteron holds a special place among the most recommended compounds for a first cycle, mainly because it delivers solid, aesthetic, and well-controlled results. It's known for having low androgenic activity, meaning there's less chance of side effects like acne, oily skin, or mood swings. Even so, it provides an impressive visual change, with lean muscle gains, density, and definition that stand out for looking natural. One of Masteron's main strengths is its clean effect. Unlike other drugs that cause water retention and a bloated look, Masteron actually helps reduce subcutaneous water, enhancing muscle separation. That makes it ideal for those chasing a drier, sharper, more detailed appearance, the kind of look where cuts, veins, and muscle contours pop clearly under the skin. It's also a great choice for people who want to improve their physique without adding too much bulk. Masteron's goal isn't to drastically change your size. It's to refine what's already there, creating a more athletic and balanced body. This makes it a perfect option for someone who's already been training consistently and wants to evolve safely and with visual elegance. Another advantage is its simpler PCT, post-cycle therapy. Masteron only moderately suppresses the body's natural hormone production, which makes recovery smoother. The body tends to restore balance faster, with fewer hormonal swings or rebound effects. The process is easier overall, and the gains you make during the cycle are more likely to stay stable afterward. But here's a serious warning. A lot of beginners make the mistake of skipping steps and jumping straight into extremely powerful compounds like Primobolan, which has an androgenic/anabolic rating of about 500 out of 100 compared to testosterone's 100 out of 100. That insane difference shows just how risky it can be. Masteron, on the other hand, offers a much healthier balance, noticeable results that are still manageable. It's a way to grow without pushing your body to collapse. From an aesthetic point of view, Masteron is especially valued during cutting phases and pre-contest prep, but it can also be used in a light first cycle focused on lean mass gains and minimal fat retention. It delivers exactly what many people want: a firm, defined physique with a natural look. Still, professional supervision is non-negotiable. Every body reacts differently, and only proper monitoring can ensure things stay within safe limits. Masteron might be considered one of the milder options, but it's still a powerful compound that demands knowledge, blood work, and responsibility. In bodybuilding, true progress comes from respecting both your health and your body's natural pace. Now let's talk about one of the most respected and classic compounds in bodybuilding, Primobolan. This one holds a legendary status, and for good reason. It was one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's favorite compounds, especially during the years when he built that balanced, defined, and aesthetic physique that inspired an entire generation. What makes Primobolan so admired is its mild, reliable, and safe profile, ideal for those who want real results without putting their health on the line from the start. Primobolan is known for having an androgenic rating under 30, meaning it's far less likely to cause masculinizing side effects compared to testosterone, which sits at 100 out of 100. That makes it an excellent choice for women, since the risks of hair loss, acne, or voice deepening are much lower. For female athletes, that's a huge plus. It allows for visible, aesthetic muscle development without compromising femininity. The kind of results Primobolan delivers are clean, consistent, and long-lasting. It doesn't cause water retention or drastic weight fluctuations, which helps keep the physique tight, natural-looking, and dense. It's a compound that focuses more on muscle quality than sheer size, making it perfect for anyone aiming for a lean, athletic, and well-balanced body. Another important point is that Primobolan can actually be prescribed by doctors. Just like testosterone, it can be used in clinical settings under professional supervision. That adds to its credibility and safety since the whole process happens in a controlled, ethical environment. Medical oversight allows for proper dose adjustments and regular blood work monitoring, which drastically reduces risks. For men, Primobolan is also an excellent option. It provides strong aesthetic results with a low risk of side effects, especially when used in moderate doses. It's a dose-dependent anabolic, meaning the higher the dose, the greater the results, but also the greater the risks. The key is finding that sweet spot where the body responds well without being overstressed. Primobolan is also known for having minimal suppression of natural testosterone production, which means the body tends to recover more easily after the cycle. That makes PCT, post-cycle therapy, simpler and helps maintain the gains achieved. It's a rare combination of effectiveness and safety, two words you don't often see together in this world. Ultimately, Primobolan represents a smart, mature choice in bodybuilding. It doesn't deliver explosive results, but it offers something far more valuable: steady, sustainable progress with control and safety. For beginners, it's a great reminder that growth and improvement don't have to come at the expense of health. As Arnold himself proved throughout his career, true greatness comes from building your body with discipline, patience, and awareness. Closing out the list of the top 5 compounds for a first cycle, we get to the foundation of almost all anabolic hormones: testosterone. It's the natural hormone produced by the human body, especially in men, which means it's more easily recognized and processed by the endocrine system. In other words, your body already knows testosterone. It's not some foreign chemical, just an enhanced version of something you already produce. That's exactly why testosterone is often considered one of the safest compounds when used consciously and in moderation. However, this is where many beginners go wrong, assuming that because it's natural, it's harmless. The truth is that any superphysiological dose, meaning above what your body naturally produces, can trigger serious side effects such as acne, oily skin, gynecomastia, the development of breast tissue in men, and elevated blood pressure. Because of that, testosterone use should be limited to men, especially in the early stages. For women, even small doses can lead to virilization, symptoms like voice deepening, excess hair growth, and hormonal imbalances. That doesn't make testosterone bad, but it does mean it must be handled intelligently, with full respect for each body's biological limits. Among the different types available, testosterone cypionate is the most recommended for beginners. It requires less frequent injections, which makes it easier to manage, while maintaining more stable hormone levels throughout the cycle. Other forms like enanthate and propionate are also effective, but cypionate stands out for its balance between practicality, safety, and efficiency. The key is precise dosage control. Doses that are too low might lead to minimal results, while higher doses increase the risks of side effects and hormonal disruption. There's no universal magic number. The right approach is to work with a doctor and track your progress through regular blood tests. Remember, testosterone use isn't about quantity, it's about control. And finally, even though it's the body's own hormone, exogenous testosterone still requires a well-structured PCT afterward. Once the cycle ends, your body needs time to restart its natural production. Skipping this step is a common mistake that leads to post-cycle issues like low libido, fatigue, and depression. Responsible use is what separates smart progress from regret, and understanding that early is what truly defines a mature athlete. In short, testosterone is a powerful tool. When used in moderation, it can deliver excellent results, increased strength, better muscle density, and faster recovery. But when used carelessly, it can quickly turn into a serious problem. The final takeaway is simple: respect your body, follow professional guidance, and remember that in bodybuilding, longevity always matters more than instant results. Now, listen carefully, because this is the part most people ignore. Once the cycle ends, the most crucial phase of the entire process begins: the post-cycle, known as PCT, post-cycle therapy. This is where many go wrong, thinking the work is over after the last injection or pill. The truth is, this is when your body needs the most attention. PCT is essential for restoring natural testosterone production, balancing your hormones, and, most importantly, preserving the hard-earned gains you fought for. While using anabolic compounds, the body detects an excess of testosterone and shuts down its natural production. The problem is that when the cycle ends, this production doesn't just bounce back overnight. Your body enters what's known as a hormonal crash. During this phase, symptoms like low libido, fatigue, depression, and muscle loss can appear. The goal of PCT is to minimize that crash and help your system return to normal as quickly as possible. Without PCT, natural recovery can take 3 to 6 months, depending on the person and the substances used. With proper therapy, that time can drop to about 2 months, making the transition smoother and more controlled. A well-structured PCT also helps maintain emotional and hormonal stability, avoiding that post-cycle slump so many people experience. An important concept here is the hormonal valley. The smaller the drop between the end of the cycle and full recovery, the less progress you'll lose. That's why taking care of your post-cycle phase is just as important as planning the cycle itself. There's no point in putting in all that effort if you end up losing everything because you didn't follow through properly. The real win is knowing how to keep what you've built. It's also worth noting that testosterone-free cycles are possible, but they can still cause a mild to moderate dip in libido. In those cases, compounds like RAD 140 can help maintain balance since they mimic some of testosterone's effects and keep a degree of androgenic activity. Still, medical supervision remains absolutely essential because every body reacts differently. Once again, it's worth stressing that any compound use must be done under professional guidance. That means getting blood work done before, during, and after the cycle to make sure everything stays within healthy limits. The goal should never be growth at any cost, but rather steady, conscious, and disciplined progress, the kind that builds not just muscle, but a strong, lasting foundation for your health and performance. At the end of the day, the most important lesson is that there's no lasting result without responsibility. That dream physique is the outcome of a complete process: intense training, balanced nutrition, proper rest, focus, and, when necessary, the responsible use of pharmacological tools. Before wrapping up this video, I want to leave you with a straight-up message. Don't be reckless. It might sound harsh, but it's the truth. When it comes to anabolic substances, there's no room for improvisation. Your body isn't a testing ground, and every wrong decision can bring serious consequences. So, if there's one thing you should take away from this video, it's this: never use anything without guidance from a truly qualified professional. More than just listing substances, my goal here is to make you think responsibly. Everyone needs to weigh the real cost and benefit of their choices. Is it really worth taking risks just to get faster results? Where's the line between the desire to improve and the danger of pushing your body past its limits? Those are questions only you can answer, and they need to be asked before any cycle, test, or training plan begins. I know the bodybuilding world is full of easy promises, magic formulas, and gurus selling shortcuts. But the truth is, the best anabolic you'll ever find is knowledge. Understanding your body, knowing what you're doing, and respecting the process. That's what ensures you'll go far without destroying yourself along the way. Information isn't a luxury, it's protection. If this video helped you in any way, share it with that friend who's thinking about starting a cycle without really knowing what they're doing. Sometimes a single conversation, warning, or bit of reflection can prevent a mistake that would change everything. Let's spread responsibility, not just aesthetic results. And of course, if you want to keep learning about this topic seriously, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, we tell the truth about the fitness world. No glamour, no lies, and with the only concern that really matters: your health and real progress. In the end, it all comes down to one thing: responsibility. The physique fades, but your body stays. So take care of it, respect it, and build your results intelligently. Because growing is easy, the hard part is growing with awareness and staying healthy for the long run.